play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Raynor getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bombs going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombstastic gonna find Raynor.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. Tonight, we're going to see a B West matchup between the Necrofin Murgles and Roll1 Esports. My co-host tonight is going to be none other than the most famous NGS Nexus Edge co-caster, Lulu.
Hello. Some of that might have been true.
At least some of it, probably most of it.
I
Maybe
will
not
be
all
on
of it.
Nexus Edge Wednesday, 8:15.
There you go.
8:15 Central.
Yeah. Thank you.
Clarify for all the weirdos that aren't Central.
All right, well, let's take a look at our map bans here as teams are ready to go. We had the bans coming out from Necrofin Murgles on to Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom. Roll1 Esports banning out the Volskaya Foundry and Braxis Holdout. And our first map of the game going to be on Dragonshire. That was a selection of Roll1 Esports. And let's take a quick peek here and see where are these teams in the standings, shall we? I mean, that sounds like a good idea to me too. What
Yeah,
about to you?
sounds good. Well, it's good to you and you too, so...
All right, well, we've got... These teams are tied, sitting at number 8 and number 9 on the standings.
Ooh.
So this is
It's
a
not a
very
good place to be
important
tied
match.
at.
It's not, but you know what? Somebody's going into the playoffs, and it could be one
Yeah.
of these two teams.
And I mean, there's still a few weeks left in the season. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. So we got Deathwing ban, we got Ariel ban. Both these things make sense. And then the immediate lock of Johanna, because Johanna exists.
We have the GLHF in chat coming from Invecled. Invecled? Inveclad?
Inveclad? Yeah, that's what I thought. I have no idea. Oh, that's a great ETC skin right there.
Indeed. So it's going to be ETC Raynor. So this is a combo we've seen out of them. We've also seen a couple of other teams that like to pick this one up. So not a big surprise here.
There's Mr. Rexar.
A little surprising to see Rexar like picked second and Johanna picked first, but Johanna is a very strong tank, and if they wanted both the denial of the tank pick from Roll1 Esports and also to make sure that they could build their comp around this, then makes sense.
Yeah, that's actually two really strong picks for the Murgles. Johanna, who's really good at sitting on a point, and Rexar, who's got Misha Bear to sit on point.
And there are only 2 points on this map, so if they're able to sit on both points, then that'll work for them.
That's just math.
Right? So Sergeant Hammer going to be the ban out from Roll1 Esports, and I can see that. I can see that. Varian going to be the third and final ban coming out from the Necrofin Murgles. I might occasionally be distracted. I'm being harassed by a feline.
I mean, that's totally acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to complain about that. They understand cats, right? Waniba going to take the Malfurion and Jaina with Zad. Let's see. 8. There we go. And it's going to be Greymane and Anduin. So some sustained damage here. Potentially some burst damage coming out from the Greymane as well.
I hate that Anduin skin. He looks so smug.
Yeah, he does.
It's that grin in the eyebrow.
He's like, I am the king.
Yeah. Neo President, actually, Arrow.
Yeah, whatever.
And then Janitor to Leoric to round it out. So, learn today in our match that Janitor Leoric in his Entomb, there's like a little sink and stuff inside of it, and that's
There
incredible.
is. Yep. It turns it into a locker room or a bathroom or something.
That's fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, we actually pointed, I don't know if you were watching, we pointed out a couple of other effects that that I've noticed recently. We saw the Sylvanas glow when she's got the black arrows. It was very obvious in the skin that they were using. And then there was the Greymane, also a glow around his hands, which you'll see here. We've got Greymane when he uses Inner Beast. So
Interesting.
all right, so let's get this poll up in chat. Who do you think is going to win game number 1? Is it going to be Necrofin Murgles on the left, or is it going to be Roll1 Esports on the right? You can vote in chat by going up to the top right of your screen there, hitting that drop down, selecting the team, and pushing vote. If you don't hit vote, it doesn't count.
It's always the tricky part.
Right? Gotta push the button. Alrighty then, let's get our teams introduced. On the right, we've got Roll1 Esports. It's going to be Rock Your World playing ETC, Velvet on the Rainer, Zad on the Jaina, Alberto playing the Leoric, and Waniba on Malfurion.
And on the left, for the Murgles, they've got Fenris on Rexar, Shogun Misa on Greymane, Nullius on Johanna, Inveclad on Anduin, and Madimus 3 on the Gul'dan.
Alrighty, well, let's take a look at our talents. We got the Prog Rock, Fealty Unto Death, Ace in the Hole, Celestial Alignment, so gonna give a little bit more damage there for Malfurion, and Fingers of Frost for Jaina. Oh, Johanna just left the game, but has rejoined the game. Just a short blip. Gul'dan getting a couple of stacks on that Echoed Corruption early here. The the Power Slide coming in with the root behind it. But so far, no deaths. But we do have Rexar and Misha up in the top lane getting that full soak. And Leoric's going to go around the safe way to make sure that Alberto can get all of the XP out of that, although missing the Spooky Hand, so not going to be able to heal off of that Rexar.
I like the bush Misha up there.
Misha, yeah, Misha holding that vision. You know, Rexar doesn't take the flare there. Well, we're going to see the Power Slide coming in onto Johanna, and first blood coming out just over a minute into the game. Inveclad, yo. Oh, could be second blood as Greymane getting a little close there. And it looks like Roll1 Esports. Roll1 Esports with the lines. The MS DOSing. You got to go way back in time to even catch that reference. But Roll1 Esports getting 75% of the votes.
Yeah, I did not get that reference whatsoever.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
I saw MS dosing.
All right, well, Gul'dan, so 3 kills to none so far early in this game. Roll1 coming in with a natural 20, making crits happen. Nothing? Okay. So,
I laughed.
So MS-DOS was the original, like, setup from Microsoft. It was your, OS, basically, before you had Windows. So all those command prompt things, like, you had to actually say, like, run C:\\/ you know, World of Warcraft.exe, and then it would take 4 hours to load the game. Power slide in onto Johanna, but she's got Iron Skin. She's going to get booped away, though, as that Iron Skin is gone, but Gul'dan gets rooted. I think in her place, was looking for it there. Ooh, Home of Poe. Roll one plays with advantage. Good one. But Alberto having to pull off here as Leoric getting a little bit low. Was able to drain there, but still having to pull away. Not feeling confident in that position. Johanna and team, the squad here on the point, gonna flip this over. So blue team is gonna have the dragon channel, but don't have any heroes there to get it, as Alberto getting very low thanks to that Greymane rotation. Down in the bot lane again here, the Chastise going out onto Jaina, zoning root with the Broccoli. So Broccoli's going to get a little damage on Gul'dan. And, you know, it's important to note that damage on Gul'dan is also a mana drain in a way, because he can't life tap if his health is low.
This is true. Leoric is still so low in the top, but he's doing his best.
Both shrines currently in favor here of Necrophyn Murgles, and about a half a level lead, but both on the same talent here. Greymane's making his way up, but I don't think he can get anywhere with that, and ETC using that face melt to just make sure that they can flip this over in favor of Roll One.
Yeah, Roll One Esports, they've been doing a really good job getting damage onto Johanna. She's almost died twice. She just had to back, and she had that death earlier in the game as well.
Indeed, Echoed Corruption sitting almost halfway done here at 19 out of the 40 here. Still at 19 even after that cast, but that's okay. 15. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So
then.
This time it was the Jaina rotation up to help out the Leoric, and they do get that kill onto the Rexxar. So the real question here now is that with the control of the shrines, is there any way that they can take advantage here? Can Leoric rotate down after getting this lane and help them get the Greymane? But certainly not in time. Roll One's got a bit of time though. They're on pace to get level 10 first, thanks to those kills here. Johanna might be toast.
Yeah, oh, there it is.
Leap of Faith was used. Did it go on cooldown? I'm assuming it did. It did.
Yeah, I saw the animation, so I assume.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of it feels bad.
And now with that kill, level 10 coming up here for Roll One Esports. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Raynor taking all kinds of corruption damage. Remember when I said that Gul'dan was halfway done at 19 about 30 seconds ago, it seems like? He's at 34 now.
Ooh, that's a little bit of progress, yeah.
Yeah, fully half of it in about 2 casts.
Yeah, not a big deal.
All right, so we got the Mosh Pit, Entomb, Twydream, Hyperion, and Ring of Frost coming out here from Roll One Esports. So a lot of wombo combo potential in that. But Light Bomb, go for the throat. Bless Shield, Horrify, and Rexxar hasn't selected his yet. So we'll see. Here comes the Mosh Pit, looking for the 2. They do get the Horrify out, though. Ring of Frost going to take out the Anduin, and Twilight Dream going to silence the Johanna, but she's going to be able to make it out of there. Greymane gets the kill onto Raynor, but does have to die here, right? I mean, there's no way he lives.
No, he doesn't.
Oh my god, he lives.
You know, just Worgen things.
Wow, I can't believe that just happened. Now, Greymane's going to chase down Jaina here, and this could be very bad for Jaina. Oh, the Blizzard, of course. Of course, that'll keep you alive for a while. Really?
Hey, that sounded like an impressed doggo over there.
Yeah, you know what? She was like, hey, good job, Jaina. So, Malfurion and ETC here in the bot lane, so no real kill potential, although Raynor was rotating in. Instead, is going to make their way up here as Greymane on the Dragon Knight. The calls coming out to make sure that Roll One Esports doesn't lose that dragon, although ETC is going to get the power slide. Greymane's going to get booped back, but is going to be able to disengage out. I don't remember. It's Dark Flight to go in, but I wonder if it's the same thing to get out.
Is it disengaged to get out?
I'm not sure. Have to see what it looks like when he's in his Worgen form. Oh, he's in Worgen form. Let's see. 4, and it is disengage.
Hey, look at me knowing things.
We're gonna get the rotation up from Jaina. They're looking for this Rexar possibly. Oh, just a little bit. Oh, never mind.
Well, that'll do.
JK. Get 10, get dragon, play at your pace. Roll 1. Well, so far, no dragons picked up. And the channel gonna be flipped over, at least up top here, going over to roll 1. And most of the ultimates still available. Obviously, we just saw that in Tomb, so that's down. But everybody else has literally everything. Hey, Lupus with the raid coming in. Thanks very much, everybody. We're in the middle of casting Division B West between Necrofen Murgles and Roll1 Esports in Season 8 of the Nexus Gaming series. We're in game number 1 right now. No Dragon Knights picked up just yet. The kill count 7-1. But that is remarkably deceptive, because even with the kills, I still feel like Necrofen Murgles have been really just straight up in this game. They've been pretty well balanced, other than, you know, having deaths. But that's just it's just a tick box at this point.
Right. The death timers are still short enough that it hasn't really hurt them yet, but if the trend continues, eventually death timers get longer, and then it's a problem.
We see the pings looking for ETC. The Mosh is going to get interrupted. Big Horrify into the backline. ETC gets isolated thanks to that Horrify Light Bomb combo. What a play! And that just doubled the kill count, but what a massive kill.
Yeah, they maybe get the dragon off of that. No,
Leoric's going to make it. And Greymane goes for the dive. Oh, just barely missing on that Entomb as well. So what can Necrofen Murgles get out of this? Like, Johanna's going back to, I don't even know. I think she was looking to taunt, or to taunt, to tap.
Yeah.
There we go. Just tap it in. Do you get that reference? Oh, nice juke there by Gray. You know, I gotta say, Greymane has been on point this game. Like, getting kills that I didn't expect them to get, and getting out of it so many circumstances that I thought they were toast.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job of getting in, getting the damage, and then getting the heck out.
We see the pings called for the ETC. Johanna doesn't have a lot of mana, though, so this isn't really a fight I think that they want to take. The dragon channel being flipped here up in top. Maybe not. And Home of Poe saying, you know what, it'd be fun to get a Dragonshire with no Dragon Knights. I think I've had one game with that. Johanna's gonna get the blind and try to body block in the ETC, at least for a short period of time there. Once again, nobody on the Dragon Knight just at the moment, and the channel gonna get interrupted. Horrify going out. ETC's gonna have to power slide away this time. Does get the well tap though, so he's coming right back into this. And Johanna no longer has her unstoppable, but they do have level 16s. Greymane and Rain are just shooting each other in the face here. Light Bomb going out, but isn't going to connect. ETC, however,
poison
is just going to live. Let's check in on the top lane here as Misha versus Leoric fighting over control of this point. Now it looks like maybe are Rainer and Jaina looking to rotate up and try to get that kill once again. Possibly, but they're gonna get turned around as the siege camp gonna get picked up here by Necrofen Murgles. Second time missing the Happy Gilmore references. Kids these days, right? Absolutely. You know what, I gotta say, I love that we have people out there that are maybe not quite as old as me, but at least close enough.
I think we confirmed there's at least one person in Div D older than you.
There is one.
At least one.
Yes. All right. Power Slide coming in, not looking for the Mosh just yet. Gets the knockback onto Johanna. She uses that Iron Skin to get away. The zoning root. So a couple of abilities there, but again, all of the ultimates are available. Yeah, I'm having to balance between a cat who wants my attention and a dog who wants the cat's attention. Got to be careful about the positioning here for this mosh pit. Still have all those ultimates there, as ETC getting brought down very low is going to have to back away. Horrify, okay. I think they were looking to try to bring ETC back in with that Horrify, but just a little bit off. ETC's going to get the Power Slide onto Johanna, but ETC got stuck. Greymane going to get the Light Bomb. Doesn't need it to get the kill onto Johanna, but ETC in a position to mosh here. Can they? Well, they do get the Leap of Faith onto the Greymane, but it's not enough, and that's going to be 2 kills. Greymane and Johanna going down, and those are very important heroes for them to be able to maintain control here. Especially now that Rexxar just had to pull Misha off, does not have control of the point. It's looking like Roll One may get this, although there are minions. ETC? The minions are gonna keep him from getting it.
Oh, that's such a feels bad, man.
Oh, but can the broccoli save him? I think it's, oh, it's so close.
So it took 14.5 minutes, but we got our first dragon at level 18.
Oh, wow. Majesty says there are 3 members over 40 on You Are Not Alone. Wow. All right. Well, there you go.
The more you know.
Coincidentally, I turned 40 in a couple of months, so we're all right in that neighborhood, Majesty. I appreciate that you said that, though. That makes me feel better. Dragon Knight gonna punt the Johanna away here, and Greymane almost getting caught there by the root. But so far, bottom fort is going to go down, and at 15 minutes and 10 seconds, the first fort of this game going down. But it's only going to get more difficult from here, as these death timers are more significant. Johanna back. Gonna go away again. Johanna feels like a bad boomerang. Actually, I suppose that would be a good boomerang. Always returning just a few moments later.
I really wanted to say okay boomer as a joke, but I figured you would not speak to me again after that.
I might still not speak to you after that. Oh man, there's practically an entire generation between me and boomers. Oh, but check it out. All right, bot lane. Roll One coming in, getting this bottom bruiser camp, and it's all but free. Home of Poe, hopes and dreams ruined. I know, right? It was so close. Level 20's coming up here soon, too. Necrophyn going to disengage, it looks like. The Horrify going out hits 4. Greymane trying to get it onto Leoric. Here's the level 20s. Now's the time they want to fight if they can snap pick these heroics and get them going here. Although Rexxar's top, so I guess maybe they don't want to fight this. Bruiser Camp is going to make it to the wall, and level 20 is available for both teams. Need to be careful of that Buried Alive. We also have that Execute from Raynor, so anybody getting low is going to die at this point. Gul'dan drops his Demonic Circle at exactly the point he's standing, so... I don't... Okay, moved it 20 feet. Cool. I'm not sure of this decision making. Would you stop? Leoric with the Danger Hearth, but nobody's gonna catch it, so it doesn't matter. But all the while here, another fort goes down, this time in the top lane. This is gonna help to secure the next Dragon Knight, as now Rexxar has a healing well, but Leoric won't.
Also, Murgles are pushing this bot fort for free, and they're gonna take that.
ETC might be looking here. Has the mosh pit, has a death metal. Johanna stood there for a moment. I wonder if that was a pause or something, but here's the silence. They could, oh, nice leap of faith. Greymane getting the kill onto Johanna. but is in a very dangerous place. The mosh pit whiffs
Oh,
entirely. So a 1-for-nothing trade and baiting out some fantastic ultimates there. The Hyperion came out as well. Horrify is down. Oh, shit. Yeah, so Johanna got deleted. Oh, never mind. Anduin as well. 2 kills. It went from advantage blue team to oops. And all the while here, Rexxar in the mid lane, like if you're gonna take a level 20 fight, you gotta bring the Rexxar in. Rexxar can't be PvE Rexxar the whole game. He's gotta come in and help them occasionally. Especially, I mean, he's gotta unleash the boars. How much value does that provide into a Greymane with Alpha Killer, you know, doing 3% of the hero's damage every time he auto attacks?
Look, he can unleash the boars PvE. Don't tell him how to live his life.
I mean, he can, it just won't do any good. It only hits heroes.
Potato, potato.
Oh no, Majesty. Says, oh no. Oh, that's better. Indeed. Alright, so the Dragon Knight channel is going to be triggered here for the red team. Roll 1. And, I don't know. Greymane's in a rough spot.
I don't know if they have time for this now. Oh.
That was
just
a
half
good
of
stall.
Jaina's health gone. Oh, they still get it though.
Alright, Hyperion is in the Dragon Knight, so they don't have the value of that siege pressure. All of the other ultimates are available except for Mosh Pit. And you know, this Dragon Knight's available for 1:20. I honestly wouldn't even mind if they just waited for that Mosh Pit and then pushed forward.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be up in 2 seconds, so.
Alright, it's available, so now they can push forward. Maybe, maybe not.
They're considering it.
They were waiting for the minion wave, and Misha had stalled it out a bit there. There's the condemn here. Johanna used the Iron Skin there to make sure she didn't get pulled out. Big light bomb. Rock Your World is gonna fall, but has the death metal and massive value out of that death metal. The entomb onto Johanna. 3 deaths. ETC, the only one to die on the side of Roll 1 Esports, and with this Dragon Knight still sitting at half health, this core is about to go down, because even when that Dragon Knight's done, they've got a Hyperion. Hyperion does like 25% of the health of this thing by itself.
I mean, that's kind of what you wait for with ETC, right? You get level 20, you have the death metal, and you just charge in and dare them to come at you.
Death metal is the way to go for inters. There's a reason that ETC is my favorite tank. Roll 1 Esports gonna win that one out here.
And that's how you base the turkey.
Indeed. Was that them?
Yeah, that was them.
Oh yeah. All right. Well,
I
fair
am
enough.
99% sure.
I think it was. I just couldn't remember exactly what the circumstance was there. Rock as steady in death as he is in life. Oh man. So the kill count 5 to 14, but if you went just based on how that felt presence wise, it felt like 14 to 14. It felt like they, even when Necrofen Murgles lost a hero or lost 2 heroes, right up until the very end, it felt like they were in that game. And the only thing that I think that you know they need to do differently, they need to, well, probably 2 things. They need to have their solo laner engaged, right? Leoric came in and helped win them several fights. And so if they bring in that Rexxar to those fights, then I think Necrofen wins. I think they just flat out win. Because, again, they were so close in so many of those general fights, getting, you know, one person and having some heroes that were low, whatnot, and then just losing 2 after getting 1, that Misha and Rexxar would have brought so much to the table in that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't know. I feel like that's what Rexxar does on that map, though, is he just plays PvE in the top lane and you let your team do their thing, kind of. Because they had so many big heroes for Necrofen Murgles. They had the Johanna, who's got all the health in the world, Gul'dan, putting out a lot of damage. Greymane, who's just blowing up Jaina by looking at her. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to fight 4v5. So
it is. So yeah, so if they weren't going to fight with the Rexxar, then I feel like at times they just needed to pull back. Rexxar got the value top, could have made it a little bit easier for that top lane to be able to pick up those shrines and ultimately get the Dragon Knight.
Dang it, I'm sorry. It was brining the turkey, not basting the turkey.
Yeah, way to go.
My apologies to Roll1 Esports. I didn't mean to just be bad like that.
And you know what? I mean, Roll1, for what it's worth, don't worry. She's not going to be back.
Well, that's rude to say. You know, my Twitch Prime to your channel had like expired today, and I was about to resub, but I don't know if I should now.
I mean, I don't know if you should either. if we're being honest.
Wow.
Oh man, but of course, you know, you want to have access to some of those cute doggo emotes, right?
If you think that reverse psychology works on me, boy, are you right.
I know, right? Like Alice and Alpha. Alice has been really vocal. She's been talking to you guys, saying hello, giving some secret strats. It's not her fault that nobody can understand. She's over here saying, hey, let me tell you all about these guys over at Roll1 Esports. If you do this and this, then you'll actually win that game every time. Majesty and Lulu coming in with the subs. Thanks, Majesty. I really appreciate the Twitch Prime. And Lulu, you as well.
Lulu, you also exist still.
Subscribe to Recyclic. He's a great streamer. When was the last time Recyclic streamed? Just wondering. Just out of curiosity. I feel like maybe that the answer to that question is found in, I don't even know. Oh, I love it. I love that interaction. The fingers for Alpha's face. Like, it's so perfect. It's not quite as perfect as the shades on Al's face though. Shades on Al's face is so good.
Hey Recyclic, please start streaming NGS games so I can be your co-caster. Thanks.
There you go.
Looking for a new caster to cast with.
I streamed on December 19th. Aw, Rek, you streamed on the day after Alice's birthday.
Oh, my co-caster for the evening is Mr. Flynn.
Co-caster?
He's not usually join. Yeah, I'm the co-caster. He is the co-caster.
Gotcha.
Would assistant to the head co-caster be a better way to put it?
No, because you're not the head co-caster.
Is that a real title? That's not a real title.
It's not a real title. But neither is assistant to the head co-caster.
Yeah. No, I've got a cat on my desk. You can't go there, bud.
All right, let's see. So we're gonna go to Infernal Shrines. This was the selection of Roll1 Esports.
Wouldn't be a match in NGS if we didn't see Infernal Shrines.
True, pretty true.
I was just, you know, the map comes up too much. It's not my favorite.
We haven't seen stats in a little while. I wonder if we'll get those stats here soon to show what the map's histories are. How many of those we're getting?
My guess is a lot. Approximately. At least 5.
Unofficial head co-caster Lulu. Well, you know. I suppose I can probably grant titles temporarily. Alice agrees. So you know what? This is perfect. So everybody, this is Ginger, and she is, you know, braving death and destruction at the hands of the dogs.
Very brave cat.
She's actually
Really?
ideally placed for the regular camera, not for the draft camera. I've got to figure out how to make that work, but the regular camera is in a great position for that. But no, she's just sitting here on the desk, and the reason that you guys hear Alice occasionally woofing is because Ginger's tail is in Alice's face, and she's just flicking it like right here, like right there, just right across her face, and she's like, "What are you doing?" But we're
Alice is a very good doggy for just barking and not actually like swatting at it or something.
yeah, all of my dogs are actually pretty good with the cats. They just get curious. Hey, here we go. We're getting into a draft. Oh, you know what I didn't do in that 5 minutes that I didn't do anything? I didn't write down the heroes. I should probably write those down. Malthael gonna be the ban once again. Wait, TF, why is she head co-caster? I had most co-casts last. Well, Rek, you gotta actually co-cast this season. Although
But
you
you've
did have
been
more
this
co-casts
season,
this
I
week.
think. Why can't Recyclic and I both be on a cast with you?
You could.
Oh, okay. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, we actually had a co-cast set up last season with me and Rek and Butte Holiday. It wasn't too messy. The
We had
system-
like 6 people in a Nexus Cats cast of a game once. Wasn't a GS. But...
Hey, Home of Poe, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. What is this? All right, there's the hype train. I don't exactly know what this is. It's... I wish I could... I need to see it on the page. We're at a 94% hype train. Hype
What on
conductors.
earth?
Current hype train top supporters. Majesty with the subs, it says. Use bits
Sub?
to take over this spot. Available rewards. You can earn 1 emote per train by subbing, gifting, or using more than 100 bits in total during the event.
What
Exclusive
on
emotes
earth?
are given out at the end of the hype train event and will be available to use until they are refreshed with a new emote theme. Those are neat little emotes too. That's interesting. Oh, that's cool. We want Arrow to co-cast with all of Nexus Edge. Oh my goodness, that would be crazy. Oh, by the way, we have a draft, guys. ETC was
do.
picked up. Muradin, Raynor.
Yeah, so ETC is switching teams this time. I didn't catch what his skin was, so sorry. We'll see if it's as good as Roll One's was. Raynor again for Roll One Esports, and then that's different. White Mane Zool Jin.
I'm interested. I'm intrigued. We're gonna see the Hammer ban again. I don't think Hammer would have been as likely with what we see, but they just don't want to deal with it, so that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, that feels like a very targeted thing. Like, let's not even take a chance with that. Need 4 tier 1 subs per train. That's what Majesty says.
Well, we did 3, which is why I guess why it's at 94%. I think that's what that means.
Well, that's not. The other 4 isn't 94%.
I know, but there were also bits that were done earlier, so that might have part of it. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever seen it. I think it's crazy. Oh, we get a Deathwing game.
Indeed, we do.
This is gonna be interesting, because you weren't there for this earlier. It was Krino with me at the time. Zul'jin can take that level 16 and ignore armor. So, I mean, he can bring down a Deathwing pretty quickly. Chromie and Sonya gonna be the picks here. Lulu here. There's the 100%. What does the sub train do? What happens? The high. Oh, this is hilarious.
Level 1 complete.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, see, so there you go. It put it up to 22%. So the sub did did overflow. And our last pick gonna be Phoenix. I should probably type these in, huh? Phoenix. Oh, I'm glad that I actually noticed because they changed who was playing some of these too. Stukov, okay, yep. Elias, Veckled. Alrighty, there we go. That hype train's neat. I saw the ping about it, like they sent an email out or something that said, hey, here's a thing, and I was like, okay, whatever, like, and it said, oh, don't worry about it, it's automatic. Okay, cool, that's awesome, like, whatever that means. But that actually does look pretty cool. I don't know. Lulu, did I lose you over there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. Hello.
Okay. Cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and introduce our teams. Take it away, Lulu.
So for the Necrofin Murgles, they've got Nullius on the ETC, Inveclad on Whitemane, Shogun Misa on Chromie, Maddie Must 3 on the Zul'jin, and Fenris on Sonya.
All right, over here for Roll1 Esports, looking to close it out in a 2-0 domination. We got Rock Your World on Muradin and a Train Mount. Nobody cares about the Train Mount ban. Waniba on the Stukov. We got Alberto playing the Phoenix here. Velvet on the Raynor, and Zad on the Deathwing. So Alberto played the Leoric last round, so this is likely a solo lane, I'm assuming. Aw, Rek realizing he got a gift and now he's happy. Darabo is right. What is Darabo right about?
Should have everyone on train mounts for the hype train.
Oh, there it is. I didn't even see that. The different chat colors threw me off there. When isn't that's mostly true. Once or twice, I've seen it. What do we got out of level 1 talents here? So it's going to be advanced targeting for the Phoenix here. He's going to be working on that with Sonya up top. Low blow, we got the Exterminator and Draconic Might out of the Deathwing there. Stormbolt, what is it? Perfect Storm? Yep. And we're going to see already here the rotation onto the Siege Camp from Roll1 Esports. Meanwhile, Pity the Frail here, going to be the option for Whitemane. We got the Block Party helping to mitigate the damage coming out of Raynor. Once again, the first time, nailed it on the Chromie. And Zul'jin going into Headhunter and Warpaint there for Sonya. So some interesting talents here.
What a weird talent name.
Which one?
Once again, the first time?
It's Chromie.
Yeah, I guess. What does it mean?
She travels, she's a bronze dragon. She travels through time.
Thank you. I got that part.
Okay, well then...
It's more about like the way those series of words are together.
Alright, well if you don't get it, I can't help you at this point. No, see, Darabo, the way that you say that is... I'm never wrong, I'm merely varying degrees of correct. Hey, Stormbolt, yeah. Just missing Shogun Misa? Shogun Misa?
If anyone ever needs lessons in confidence, please contact Arrow of the Storm. He's got a lot of advice for you.
Fair enough. All right, well, we got a big raid coming in from Alicia Wins. Welcome, everybody. We're casting Nexus Gaming Series here. We're in game number 2 in a best of 3 between Division B West teams. Roll1 Esports on the right and Necrofin Murgles on the left. Glad you could make it. Hey, Alicia, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Really appreciate it. Keeping the hype train going, too. Sonya's going to get onto the point and get the shrine started here. As both of the Shaman camps now going to be pressuring into this lane. We got level 7s coming up relatively soon here. And So far, I expected a little bit more out of the AoE they've seen, but Alberto here gonna get a bunch of damage. Is gonna have to pull back. Doesn't have a shield anymore as Chromie landing those Dragon's Breath. Stormbolt going in onto Fenris. Sonya gonna have to pull away. Walks through the silence though. Isn't quite able to continue that spin.
And for Roll1 Esports, they now have Deathwing on the ground. So this gets a lot harder for the Necrofen Murgles to get in onto the point.
Have a good cast. Thanks again, Alicia. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to spending some more time watching you stream your Storm League games later. So Firestorm the pick here from the... Oh, never mind. Power Slide in onto the Muradin. He's going to get that Dwarf Toss out. Isn't going to make it because Zul'jin and Chromie said, we got you. But they still have 25. Still, that's a long way to go. 15 to get, and you're down Muradin? I don't know if they can do it.
Yeah, that does make it a lot harder when you don't have a tank and all you have is Deathwing, who's got a long windup for everything he does.
28, 29 there, so getting very close are the Necrofen Murgles here. ETC gonna get that slide in onto Raynor, the knockback, looking for the kill onto Raynor. And the silence coming out, keeping ETC locked down. He can't get away, but ultimately Muradin's not going to be able to lock him down. What did Muradin take at 7? So he's got given the axe. So getting that additional auto attack damage anytime he fights a stunned, slowed, or rooted hero. But the first Punisher of the game going over to Necrofen Murgles. Great start for them so far. 2 kills to 0. Feels good as the Punisher jumping over there to the Muradin. We see that Amani Rage popped from Zul'jin as he's working on these towers, trying to get this down as quickly as possible because this Punisher is taking all kinds of damage. It looks like they'll get just the wall and the 2 towers, and that's about normal, especially for an Arcane Punisher early in this game. So, meanwhile, in the bot lane, Sonya getting that XP. We have the Temporal Loop picked up for Chromie as well, so she's now going to be able to provide a lot more burst potential with that rapid-fire Q shots. Sitting at 28 stacks currently, and Zul'jin has those 2 Headhunter stacks. Silence gonna come out onto the minion wave, help clear that up, and provide a little bit of zoning potential. And we are continuing to see here Deathwing in the mage form. So he's got that Earth Shatter for the stun, kind of like a mini Sundering, and then the Lava Burst, which you see there on the point, which is mostly a slow. It's not a lot of damage. Deathwing
I like
also...
Deathwing's mage form with his little stun lines. Super annoying to go against.
Yeah, especially in these corridors where, you know, he can throw those out, say, catch an ETC stun, but Temporal Loop coming in onto the Muradin has the silence onto Chromie. And Deathwing, again, that wind up on the Fire Breath, just fairly easy to walk out of. Most of the time. Deathwing's stun isn't quite enough to set up plays for himself.
Ooh. And Zul'jin dies to Phoenix.
Yeah, and had a Sonya in ETC nearby here. Stun coming out from Muradin. The big cleanse from Whitemane is going to keep Sonya alive. Cataclysm used trying to get in close to Sonya, but she's able to walk out of there. So Hyperion used to get this wall down, and the next Punisher is going to be coming in the mid lane, so this will provide them an extra boost. Should Roll1 get this next Punisher, makes it a little easier for that to push in.
Yeah, definitely.
Sonya getting some value up top, getting all that XP, so they've got level 10s. Whitemane has not selected hers yet.
Interesting.
ETC just barely getting caught by that Earth Shatter too. Just a little bit.
Scarlet Aegis for the Whitemane.
Every time I see that, I think it's Divine Reckoning. I just don't play her enough, I guess, to know. I have to check it every time. Once again, ETC is like a magnet to that Earth Shatter. Just like anywhere, if he's within a mile of that thing, it's stunning him. Mid Punisher coming up. The Shrine is just about to be active here. It's going to be a frozen Punisher. Roll1 going to get onto their Shaman camp, and that'll be pushing during the fight over this. It looks like Necrofin as well going to head over to theirs, but the shrine is now available to be activated. And they're going to get on it first. Here are the Roll1 Esports. Interesting to note, we do have a Planet Cracker. Not a lot of stun lockdown for it, though. Just the Muradin Stormbolt, so... Not sure that we'll see a lot of value out of that.
There are just a lot of tight corridors in this map, though, so maybe he can get a good setup if they all go in through a choke or something.
Well, just like that.
Stage dive, ETC.
I'm not sure. I think we just saw the temporal loop onto Deathwing, which obviously doesn't pull him back, but it does give Chromie the cooldown reduction. And they're just about even now. Is Muradin coming in, the silence on ETC coming from Stukov, so ETC's gonna get healed up there by the White Mane. Here comes that Planet Cracker, and it's gonna get all kinds of value if you stand in it.
And then the Cataclysm follow-up. And then Deathwing just sitting in that vent saying, nah, you don't come this way.
You know what? Good point. Good point. Home of Poe saying the Stukov route, but the Punisher gonna take out the ETC, and this fort's gonna go down. We've got the Frozen Punisher working on the keep wall now with a 13 advantage. Now, is this the route? It's not, so it's persistent. So no route combo coming from Stukov. But it turns out that if you time yourself out for 5 seconds, that a bunch of abilities can be set up to deal damage to you. Sonya, however, going to get rooted. Cleanse was just not enough. Can they get the Muradin? That doesn't look like it, even with the temporal loop. Not quite able to get it. The Punisher soaking up all those Q shots from Chromie. And that's going to give now the second fort here as well up in the top lane. So Roll1 starting to pull ahead a little bit here. It was looking really strong for Necrofin at the beginning, but once these level 10 started coming online, it made it a little bit more difficult. But part of that too was, I think, just the timing, because Necrofin was a little late coming to the party. They were already down like 25, and they almost could have had it. So I think if they show up to the next shrine a little bit earlier and position themselves a little bit better, that they could probably get that. Oh my. Temporal loop coming out onto Stukov. Should be a kill, and it is. But the Cataclysm looking at Chromie is going to make it out, but not so much for the White Mane or the ETC. It turns out walking through a fire breath.
Oh no.
Not so good for your health.
Just 3 of them ran into the Cataclysm fire breath.
That's only going to get more of a pain too at level 20 when I'm assuming Deathwing takes the upgrade. Burn Beneath My Shadows to level 10. I can't remember the level 20. If they get there, I mean, they're about to get a keep here. They do have the siege camp as well as the catapult as well. So getting a keep in the mid lane. The next one is the next Punisher is going to be the Mortar Punisher in the bot lane. That probably coming up in about another minute or so here. And with their advantage, Roll1 is going to head on down to the bot camp, probably get the mid siege camp as well. And Necrofin's just got to try to get as much soak as they can so they can have level 16s going into the next Punisher.
Yeah, and they've still got a long way to go to get that 16. They can... Maybe they take this fort top, which would help them out. But they're going to go for the invade instead.
Yeah, and I'm kind of okay with that. There's... I don't think they could have done much bot. Yeah, I mean, they'll be able to take this out, especially with the Shaman camp coming in. And there's the shrine. I don't know that they're going to get 16 before it, so I think that they pretty much just have to soak the XP safely and then try to defend that Punisher when they get 16 and kind of cross their fingers and, you know, set up some kind of game plan. Because trying to go into that pre-16 is likely a death sentence. It's going to be much worse if they get ganked here, though. Chromie. getting stunned here is going to get the cleanse, so she's going to be able to make it out. They're not going to wait for the Punisher, nor are they going to wait for their 5th hero. They're just going to try to poke people out here now. And they're gonna do exactly what I said. They're gonna try to go up, clear up this camp, and most of the XP is relatively safe, except for that top lane, of course. You know, they can get bot lane relatively safely. They can probably get mid lane. Just have to be a little bit careful. Are they gonna go for a keep?
It sure looks like it, but that point is gonna be done very quickly for Roll One Esports.
I mean, they can't base race this with what they've got. I mean, these guys just go core, right?
Right. There's no keep in the mid lane. They did get 16s for the Murgles, and
that was a great
Planet
stall.
Cracker. That's why you take Planet Cracker, Arrow, so you can stop the enemy's backs.
Oh, great plan. Well, we'll see here. The Stukov's going to knock him back. Stage Guy is going to come in, looking for the power slide onto 2 here. And you know what? Whitemane getting the damage reduction there on Raynor and Murden, so it's going to push them back. However, the Hyperion is going to do a lot of damage. And they're going to rotate in. They're going to actually go for the bottom keep. I think they should have just gone straight back to the core here now that they had the Punisher here. 50% on the core. Can they make it work? Deathwing tiny from Whitemane. But the Cataclysm coming in and the Punisher getting work done. They're going to be getting the kill onto Sonya. And it's going to be game number 2 going over to Roll One Esports. 2-0 domination over Necrophyn Murgles. Three kills to 9. Not a high kill count game. I think the first game was 2 to 8. Very close.
Yeah, they were both pretty low on deaths.
All right, let's see if we can get. All right, hop over to one of the lobbies with me.
Okay.
All right, let's see if we can get Rock Your World in here. Okay, he's going to, well, he or somebody is going to join us.
Okay.
Hello.
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 Welcome. Make sure I. Oh, we've got more
we
people
got 2
coming
friends. Oh no, we got 1 friend.
in. Is this it?
Did,
Yep.
Did we scare him off?
I was gonna say. What
No,
happened to Alberto?
we roll for who rolls the lowest, and I literally rolled, but it was like he rolled the highest, so I think we had a like who had the better roll or worst roll.
Wow. Wow. So
That is some dedication to the team name. I
Right?
really appreciate that.
it is. I love it. I love it. I love to see it. Well, congratulations. You guys got a 2-0 victory here over the Necrophyn Murgles. And, you know, for the most part, pretty dominant in the overall games here. How are you guys feeling after that?
I think pretty good. We kind of took a page out of what Devil's Kegs did last season, kind of leading into playoffs, and we've kind of been adjusting our roles, and I think it's kind of starting to pay those dividends where I think we've probably hit on something that we can probably leverage into a better playoff run than if we didn't do the swap.
Sure, absolutely. So, you know, the question on everybody's mind, and by everybody, I mean mostly Luz, did you guys brine the turkey?
I think we had 3 brining turkey jokes and 1 basting turkey joke because we forgot that it was a brining joke and not basting.
That's what I did too. I
She
said
did.
face the turkey earlier, unless you're
Beautiful.
talking about the thing I said.
No, like
Yeah.
we yeah, if you heard our
That was
comms, there was a legit,
That was just like galaxy brain on my part.
yeah, it was like resonance. You just picked up on it in the ether.
Well, I think what that means is that you guys actually have to recruit Lulu to your team now.
Yep. We do. It's like fate.
Yeah.
Or Brind.
Will you let me call myself captain? This is very important. You don't have to actually give me like any of the power. Just let me say that I'm captain.
I like it.
Yes.
Figureheads are the best kind of heads.
All right.
This is great.
So let's talk about these games a little bit. So Dragonshire, you know, so in my opinion, both of these games really, the score, the actual kill count, was a poor reflection on how the game went. You guys had, you know, more kills in both games, but in all seriousness, I felt like they were 100% with you until they weren't, until the very end of the game, especially in Dragonshire. So how did you guys ultimately pull ahead? What was it that you felt attributed to you guys taking the lead, getting the Dragon Knight the first time, the second time, and then winning the game?
I think the big thing is for getting the Dragon, Leoric opened up a couple of really good opportunities by actually getting top. And then it was, I think the first couple times that we didn't get it is we only sent me mid. And then when we started sending Raynor and me, or Raynor and Malf, we just had enough to push them away, and I think we started converting dragons.
And so there were a couple of, they had some really good combos with the Horrify, the Light Bomb, and all that stuff.
Yes.
Some of them turned into amazing plays. Some of them really just worked out as like disengages. So with the way that these teams were set up, with those potential like just massive CCs, was there anything that you guys did or focused on to make sure that you didn't have those 4-man Horrifies, you know, beyond that first one, for example? Actually, I think there were 2, but any adjustments that you made in your play, again, that kind of helped to lead to that Dragon Knight?
I think the big thing we ended up focusing on was waiting for the light bomb, like kind of waiting for Light Bomb to be there and dodge it. Because what we felt was happening is if we hit the Light Bomb stun, then they horrified it. It's just like we're all locked out for so long. Where like if it was just the raw Horrify, I think we were living, or not getting wiped at least. So we just started really focusing on waiting for the Light Bomb to kind of be used, and if Horrify was or wasn't up after that, we kind of, do we press or do we try to like find an advantage else?
Makes sense. And so how much do you guys just hate Hammer?
Well, it kind of what happened was the top ban phases didn't go like they didn't ban what they thought what we thought they would ban from us. And they do have a pocket hammer, and apparently their hammer comp is quite good. And so in kind of lieu of having what we were expecting to ban, we just kind of played what we thought was the safe ban for a niche strategy that we weren't necessarily prepared to address via a draft.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's understandable, right? I mean, that's the point of having those bans. And speaking of those bans, in game number 1, they banned out the Deathwing. In game number 2, you got to play the Deathwing.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about that. Your build was a little bit different than I've seen in some others. You had the Draconic Might, which, you know, is, you know, 50% with Dragon Soul, but you also took the level 7 with the Meteors. So, like, that one I specifically am interested to hear, like, what are your thoughts on that? How did that come into play and help your team?
I think so what ended up happening is when we got like in the draft phase, where they didn't ban him on the third one, and all of the giant killer heroes were gone, we're like, I think we have to take him now. And we weren't sure who was going to end up on Deathwing. So we took him, and then kind of what my thinking is with like the Muradin and just like the way that I was assuming that they would position on shrines, I would just emphasize that good old Q build for that zoning pressure. And I like the level 7. There's no objective to poke with Skyfall.
Right.
And I didn't think I'd get value from being up in the air, drop it. Like, the meteors don't do a ton of damage. It's great at interrupting things. So I just elected for what I thought was the best talent if I'm not looking to interrupt anyone or anything channeled.
Sure, okay, fair enough, makes sense.
And and like if you're not hitting the meteors, you're in the air longer. And with how far back they could be, right, it was just like, nah, I think I'll just take something like maybe safe that's not optimal, but different.
Right. Firestorm was the pick there. The meteors reduce your cooldown on Dragonflight. The other pick there in that tier allows you, like, reduces their spell armor by 15 and reduces the cooldown of your abilities by 2 seconds, because of course you have a 3-second cooldown when you land.
Yeah.
So I was just interested to hear your thoughts on the pick was all.
Yeah.
So and one more question on that. So you took Burn Beneath My Shadow at 10 there for the resets from your fort. Were you looking at taking the level 20 upgrade to that as well?
Yes. If we made it to 20, my plan was like, I'm gonna invest in 2 abilities.
Yeah, makes sense. Your Q and your R. Yeah.
Yep. If
And
that
then just-
doesn't work, we'll lose, but if we win, we'll be pretty snowbally.
Makes sense. Lulu, what questions do you have for Zad? Am I saying it right, by the way, Zad?
Yep.
I'm assuming.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Into game 1, there was the very big death metal. Did you guys know that that was about to happen as ETC was going in there? Was that the plan, or it just happened that way?
Rock was was saying like we're gonna go, like just pull the trigger, and kind of like what's going to happen when we pull the trigger is gonna happen. And he hit the actual mosh, then he died, and then there was the death mosh, and I think like we just had so much burst because of like the mix of Icy Veins and Rainer's level 1 talent that like anybody caught in it for a couple of seconds is just gonna get shredded. So it's like intentionally, unintentionally intentional, if that makes sense. We didn't know how specifically it was going to play out, but like something similar to that was the intent.
Right, and that's always kind of a nice backup plan once you hit 20 with ETC. Just like charge in, and then if they kill you, like, okay, well, everyone around me, have fun dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Any other questions, Lulu?
No, that's what I had.
All right. You know, I did have an observation. I just considered this given the circumstances, and I'm going to play off a comment that was made earlier in chat. You know, death metal is like the ultimate 5e advantage roll, right? Because you you go in, you roll your natural 1, you die, but you get the natural 20 crit on the 4-man mosh pit, like.
Yup.
Right? Like, it just popped into my head that works so perfectly for that.
I wish that was our intent in picking it. I think we're gonna say that now. But you're bang on the description of how it plays out. It's like, oh no, oh yes!
Yeah.
You always say it's intentional. That's the key.
Exactly. Gotta have that confidence. All right, so last question of the night. Any particular moments that you felt really stuck out to you as a cinematic moment or a highlight moment that you did or your team or the opponents did that you'd like to bring up?
Like I think it looks small. It's really hard to see what the solo laner does. But like Alberto in the second game where he just killed Zul'jin. I have no idea how that transpired. But I'd be curious to see, and I think that was one of those things. He died reasonably close to an objective.
I don't think we got it. I'm pretty sure we didn't.
I can go into the replay file.
Yeah.
Right, and I think it's just one of those, right, you start a kill, there's an objective, we got a little bit more up on the, objective from just having more bodies on. And then I think that's what really started the snowball, because before we got that second objective, it was pretty close, really. It was about even on structures, pretty close on kills, but that Zul'jin kill kind of set up that snowball that we just kind of kept padding as the game went.
For sure. All right. Well, Zad, any shout-outs for Twitchland here tonight?
Okay. Well, we got our wonderful sponsor, Osmo. We're obligated by contract. Mention it. Shout out to, well, I'm sure Mango and Poe and Beard are watching, and they're awesome backups and our subs and help make sure that we can always fill our game. Shout out to the team. We've definitely been kind of in a funk with getting results, and I think, we had some good productive conversations. We're switching up a little bit of roles, which is kind of weird to do mid-season, but I think it's going to pay off, and we'll hopefully make another good show in playoffs. and also to both of you for casting, because having cast makes the replay analysis and building up from the week before a lot easier and more productive than when it's just self-cast.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you very much for coming in and chatting with us. Congratulations again to the team getting your 2-0 domination. So that's going to put you up a couple of tiers here on the standings. So you were currently at number 8. With that 3 points, that's going to tie you up with Who Knows Gaming at number 6. And you will pass up Spooky Ghosts. So, but that's a tight race. I mean, 14, 13, 12, 11. You guys could catch all the way up to number 3 here with another win, depending on how these numbers go. So good luck with the rest of your season, and
awesome. Thank you.
Onwards to the playoff.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
Bye.
All right. Well, Lulu, that's going to wrap us up here tonight. Only 4 casts tonight. I feel like maybe I might be slacking, but, you know.
You know, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I know, right?
You know, I'm really glad that I could join you on this cast. It's a real shame that this is the last one I'll ever cast with you.
Yeah, no joke, right? Yeah. Anything you want to say to Twitch before we take off for the night?
Thanks everybody for stopping by and having a good time and having fun with us.
Good deal. Well, thanks again to everybody for the subs. Lulu for the actual sub and the gift sub. Majesty, Home of Poe, and Alicia Wins also with the big raid coming in. Really appreciate that, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you again here soon.